Okay, hi guys. I am Miss Page, and welcome to Animal Encounters. Again, here we go. Here is another week of learning about a new animal, and I'm not going to introduce our animal just yet. I am going to let you guys look at a few pictures. Let me try and screen share this, and I want you guys to try to guess. Oh, don't guess yet. I got to make it bigger. Guess what animal we are going to be talking about today? Let's see, it's loading. There we go. Okay, so guess what group of animals we will learn about today. So I want you to tell whoever is in the room with you or a sibling, if you're watching with a sibling, see who can figure it out first. But I'm going to show you a couple pictures and then go ahead and shout it out. I know I won't be able to hear you, but shout it out if you think you know the answer. Here's the first picture. What in the world does that look like to you? Looks like some fancy paintings to me, very detailed. Okay, that's just kind of disgusting. I don't know what you guys think about that. Here's some other cool pictures. Hopefully you guys have an idea. What are your guesses? Hurry and tell someone. And here we go. Fish. If you guessed fish, you were absolutely right. We are learning about vertebrae, about fish that is a vertebrate. That we also know that a fish is cold-blooded. So if you guessed fish, you're totally correct. Let's move on. Here's some other cool pictures of a fish. And I am going to come out of the screen and we are going to go into a little video. Sorry guys, lots of screen sharing today. Hopefully this all comes together well.
Hello friends and welcome to a new happy learning video. Today we're going to learn about the wettest animals on the planet. Presenting the fish. In almost all the places where you can find water, be it either salt water or fresh water, you can also find fish. There are fish of all sorts of sizes, shapes and colors, and yet they all have common characteristics, which you should know. Fish are vertebrates. Their skeleton is made up of bones or cartilage. They are also cold-blooded. Their temperature is not constant, meaning it depends on the water temperature. This fish looks really cold. All fish have extremities in the form of fins, as you can see in this image. Dorsal fins, caudal fins, which is the tail, pectoral fins, pelvic fins, and anal fin. Another really important fact that one must remember is that almost all fish are covered in scales. The gills are the fish's respiratory organ. The respiration process is very interesting. Water enters through the mouth and goes to the gills. The gills then collect the oxygen and distribute it to the rest of the body through the blood vessels. Then the water is expelled through an opening which can be found in the majority of the fish behind their head, which is called the gill flap. Fish reproduce by laying eggs. Therefore, they are oviparous, and their fertilization can be either external or internal. Some fish are excellent fathers, like this one who protects his babies inside his mouth. He looks as if he's going to eat them, but he's actually protecting them. Look at that! Isn't it amazing? Almost all fish are carnivores, eating other fish smaller than themselves, and therefore they each have different ways of defending themselves. The most common action to take is when feeling threatened is to escape as fast as possible, as in to swim away rapidly. But there are other ways of defending themselves that are much more original. For example, this clownfish finds hiding himself among these venomous enemies. Others imitate or camouflage themselves with their background by obtaining the color and shape of the plants and rocks around them. Can you see this fish in the image? Oh, well, there was indeed a fish, and a very hungry one. Look at this. This is the largest fish in the world, the whale shark. Even though it is called a whale shark, you must remember it is actually a shark, not a whale. Whales are not fish. They are aquatic animals, like these friendly dolphins. So never forget, whales and dolphins are not fish, but mammals. Now I have a very important fact you must always remember. It's extremely important. As you already know, fish, as well as many other animals, live in the water. Water is essential for life. And for this reason, we must look after it. We must protect it. There are people who dirty nature by throwing rubbish into the rivers and oceans without thinking about their terrible consequences they're causing. The plastics and substances which contaminate the water kill a huge amount of fish. Turtles, dolphins, whales, sharks, and many more die every day because of contamination. Water is a source of life. We must take care of it and protect it. So now you know, look after nature and all living things, and they can live happily. Goodbye, friends, until next happy learning video.
Keeping our waters free of garbage, which is very important for fish to be able to continue thriving in our streams and rivers and oceans. And then something else that was super cool that stuck out to me was that the dad fish puts his baby eggs in his mouth to protect them from predators, other fish eating them. So I thought that was pretty cool. And did you guys notice how many fish eggs there were? There's a ton. That was crazy. All right, let's move on. Let's see here. Okay, fish are divided into, let me make this bigger. Fish are divided into two main groups, and they are the chondrichthyes, which is a cartilaginous fish. And that includes like your sharks, your rays, the sawfish. They're all examples of a cartilaginous fish. And then we have the osteichthyes. These are big words. The osteichthyes is a bony fish. So that includes your catfish, your sturgeon, and trout. And those three pictures at the bottom are all examples of a bony fish. So I know that when I've gone fishing with my brothers or with my family, we usually find like rainbow trout. And then if any of you guys have ever been down to Lake Powell, there's tons of catfish down there. So if you guys have ever seen those fish, just remember those are the bony fish. And then if you've ever seen, like on the upper three pictures, if you've ever seen like a stingray, those are cartilaginous fish. I'll get it by the time we're all done with these words, right? Okay, let's go to our next slide. So what is the difference between a chondrichthyes, which is our cartilaginous fish, and an osteichthyes, which is our bony fish? So let's find out. The chondrichthyes, which is the cartilaginous fish, have a skeleton made up entirely of cartilage. Bony fish have a skeleton made up of bones. So another striking difference is the gills. The bony fish have a membrane that covers the gill slits, while the cartilaginous fish have their gills exposed without any protection. So, do humans have cartilage anywhere? Yes, we do. You guys want to feel your earlobes? That is cartilage. And then part of our nose, that is also cartilage. How you can kind of bend it and squish it and move it. And then, same with your ears, you can kind of bend it and squish it and move it. but ours is protected, and we have the fish that theirs is not. We also have cartilage in our joints, our rib cage, and in other few places as well. So we have a similarity to fish through cartilage. Okay, now we're gonna move on to sharks, because if you watched in that video, she said sharks are a part of fish. Whales and dolphins are not, because they're mammals. That means they're warm-blooded like we are. So remember, our fish are cold-blooded, and that includes sharks. So sharks are some of the coolest creatures on earth. Sharks are a cartilaginous fish. Think of your squishy ears and nose. And that means that their skeletons are not made out of bone. Their skeletons are made out of what? Let's watch the video and find out all about sharks. Here we go. Maybe. Here we go.
Dangerous ocean predators, seen by many as cold-blooded killers. Sharks have a fearsome reputation. However, there is more to their story than meets the eye. Sharks are a special category of fish that live in every ocean in the world, mostly in warm waters. Some even live in rivers and lakes. Some live near the surface, some live in deep water, and some live on the ocean floor. Some sharks stay near shore or on coral reefs, while others live in the open ocean. Unlike fish that have bones, sharks have skeletons made of cartilage. Cartilage is a tough, flexible material that is not as hard as bone. You have cartilage in your body too. One place you can find cartilage is in your ear. You can bend and move your ear with your fingers, but it will go back to its normal shape because of the cartilage inside. There are many different species of sharks. More than 500 species are known, and they vary in size from small sharks not much bigger than a person's hand to the largest fish in the world, the whale shark, which can grow up to 50 feet or 15 meters long. Sharks come in many different shapes too, although most sharks have streamlined bodies shaped like torpedoes to help them glide more easily through the water. Some sharks have flattened bodies that help them to hide in the sand. Some sharks have long noses or long fins. Some sharks have very big mouths. And some sharks, called hammerhead sharks, have extremely wide heads. Most sharks are carnivores with thousands of sharp teeth. In fact, sharks may have up to 3,000 teeth at one time. Their teeth are arranged in rows. When one tooth is lost, it is replaced by another. Some sharks may lose as many as 30,000 teeth in their lifetime. Most sharks have about 5 rows of teeth at a time, but the teeth in the front are the biggest and do most of the work. A few sharks, like the basking shark, are filter feeders instead. They swim with their mouths wide open and strain tiny plants and animals from the water. It takes huge quantities of plankton and small fish to feed these huge sharks. Sharks are fish, and fish do not sleep the way that we do, but they do have active and resting periods. Some sharks are able to rest motionless on the seafloor, but other sharks have to keep moving in order to breathe. Let's learn about some special species of sharks. The great white shark is the largest predatory fish in the world. They regularly rise 20 to 6.4 meters length, although some sharks measuring over 26 feet or 87 reported. They can be found in oceans all over the world, as long as the waters are not too cold. Many people are afraid of great whites. They are responsible for more shark attacks on humans than any other shark in the world. But they would rather not eat humans, much preferring prey like tuna, dolphins, whales, and seals. The whale shark is the largest fish in the world, but it is a filter feeder instead of a predator. It eats mainly plankton, krill, and small crustaceans, but it will also eat small fish that get sucked into its mouth. Whale sharks live in warm tropical waters and are easily recognized by their spotted skins. Hammerhead sharks are a group of shark species that are recognized by the strange shape of their heads. They use the wide hammer on the front of their heads to help them catch their favorite food, stingrays, by trapping them against the seafloor. Most species of hammerhead are small. Great hammerhead can reach lengths of up to 20 feet or over 6 meters. Many people are afraid of sharks and think that sharks will attack any time they see you. For the most part, sharks do not attack humans. Of 100 different species there are, only 4 species involved in severe attacks. Fewer than 5 people a year are killed by sharks in the whole world. In fact, many more sharks are killed by humans. It is estimated that about 100 million sharks are killed by people every year due to fishing. Because of this, many shark species are in danger of extinction. Now people are trying to protect sharks. They play a very special role in ocean ecosystems, keeping fish populations from growing too large and helping the entire food chain remain healthy. Without sharks, the entire ocean would suffer. I hope you enjoyed learning about sharks today. Goodbye till next time.
About sharks, and how cool would that be to be that guy down in the bottom? Kind of, it was like he was petting like his pet dog or something. He was petting a shark. That was pretty cool. I wish I could ask all of you guys to like raise your hands and share with me if any of you guys have ever seen a shark or been able to swim with sharks. I know some of my students, I know there's a few that had that opportunity, and I would love to hear how many of you have and how many of you guys have seen a shark, because that would be super cool to hear your stories. Okay, back to our slideshow here. Maybe. There we go. Okay, sharks all have the senses we have: smell, taste, touch, eyesight, and hearing. They can also sense electricity and vibrations in the water. Electricity. So sharks can also detect electricity, which is emitted in a small amount by every living animal. Sharks have a special network of jelly-filled canals in their head called the ampullae of Lorenzini that detect electric fields. This lets the shark pick up weak electrical stimuli from the muscle contractions of animals. It may also serve to detect magnetic fields, which some sharks may use in navigation. So along with that, sharks can sense vibrations in the water using a lateralis system. The lateral line system is a network of fluid-filled vessels that run along the length of the shark's body, and you can see my red dotted line over here. It runs along the length of the shark's body. Many small pores open up on the skin, detecting the intensity and direction of the vibrations in the water. This system enables the shark to detect injured fish, which would be really easy prey, right? That are thrashing around in the water. So if you have a fish that is injured and it's thrashing around, it sends these vibrations through the water, and the shark picks up these vibrations on his skin. On that, if you guys see the lateral line, the dotted line over there, the picture, it picks up these feelings, and then it's able to find its prey by going towards what is happening in the water. So he'll swim towards the action because he can feel it getting stronger rather than swimming away. He'll know he needs to turn around if it gets weak. So that's a pretty unique system on how to hunt for food, right? Okay, we're gonna watch a little video on that as well. me go out of here. There we go. So many different sharing screens. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for being patient with me.
Some pretty cool looking sharks. Did you know that sharks have powerful senses? These senses really help sharks hold on to their reputation as one of the most dangerous creatures in the sea. For starters, sharks have great eyesight. Sharks can see movement up to a distance of 50 feet underwater. You should find a better hiding spot, little fish. That shark can probably see you. Then there's a shark's sense of hearing. Some sharks can hear their prey over 800 feet away. That's the distance of 2.5 football fields. Sharks also have an amazing sense of smell. Sharks only use their noses to smell scents in the water around them as they hunt for food. Sharks can smell 10,000 times better than humans, and sharks use ocean currents to pick up scents from farther away. Kind of like when a breeze of wind helps you pick up the smell of a backyard barbecue down the street. Let's take a look at this next great video to learn more about why sharks have such an amazing sense of smell.
Okay, we are actually not going to watch that second video, but we are going to head back to our slideshow just to recap on a few things. Okay, so we learned a little bit about sharks today. They have amazing sense of smell and eyesight, which is super interesting. Let's look at this picture. We have the dorsal fin, and it's a little bit more pointy than a dolphin fin. So we have the dorsal fin, which is right there, the lateral line, which goes across the top of the shark. We have the nostril. We have the gills that are right here, the pectoral fin, the pelvic fin, the anal fin, the caudal fin, and the second dorsal fin. Not all fish have the second dorsal fin. So this is kind of a cool little picture to see each little part of our shark. And that brings us to the end. We're not going to be able to play this game, but that's okay. A different activity that I want you guys to do today, I want you guys to be so creative and use your best drawing skills. But I want you to draw your favorite kind of fish. And some fish we didn't even talk about today because there's a ton of fish. Sharks alone, there's over 500 species of sharks. If sharks interest you, I want you to draw whatever kind of shark it is that interests you. If it's a fish, if it's a catfish, if it's a trout, rainbow trout, whatever it is, I want you to do your best and go ahead and draw or color, paint, whatever is your favorite. I want you to color, draw a fish, your choice, any fish. And if you want, you can go ahead and send me screenshots of it, have your parents take a picture and they can email it to me. That would be awesome. I'd love to see all of your work. Anyway, that's Animal Encounters for today, and until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining me.